Tutaia, George, Van Dijk out. Yeah, Green gave Henry a bit of a push in the back.
I know it's early days, but we'll have a quick look at the shooting stats. And, you know, when the shots are low like this, there's glaring sort of differences, and it tells a story there. So New Zealand had a lot more attempts, and that's the only reason they're ahead on the scoreboard.
Yeah, misunderstanding between this Australian attacking line. Henry not happy with the call.
But when they get it in, they've been deadly. The 100% we saw on the screen maintained.
So the Silver Ferns attacking line mixing things up a little bit. Sometimes Tutaia coming out the top, taking that top space. Van Dijk this time opting to take the top space. This is great pressure from the Silver Ferns.
And you see the rebounds there. So New Zealand's shooting stats well down, but they were getting their rebounds on attack.
Vomberto gave
Anna Scarlett a welcome to international netball. Anna Scarlett. So she's going to have to back off a little bit quicker.
Wow, Vomberto lucky not to be pulled for the contact, actually. Let's have a look at it. Yep, pushed into her as she was trying to retreat.
Yes, you've got to give the player time to get out of the way.
So it's really interesting having this new Trinidad and Tobago umpire on court, Joelle Young-Strong. The players just trying to figure out what they can and can't get away with.
Yeah, and she's not letting these defenders get away with much at all.
No, she's not.
And it shows on the penalty count. Look at that, Australia, double that of New Zealand in the penalty count. So they're coming from both ends against the Australians. And footwork now. So a lot of errors.
Great full court pressure from the Silver Ferns, causing these turnovers.
Yes, that's what I was saying before. I think their attack are really quick to get on defence tonight, something that they were a bit sloppy with in the first test.
Great take from George and a beautiful pass.
It was a nice roll as well from Van Dijk. She lost sight of it for a minute. Just have a look at this. Her back completely to the ball. There it is. Yep, found it just on the baseline.
Had enough here on it for her to be able to get around as well. So nice things that we're seeing from the Silver Ferns early on in this match.
And they're feeding from the circle edge. They're getting on the circle edge, which is important.
And another mistake from Australia. What can the Ferns do with it? Yes. Much better speed and skill from the Silver Ferns, and Tutaia rewards her teammates. And all of a sudden they're out to a 4-goal lead.
Well, they're getting the ball off the centre pass away as well. They're not going back all the time from the centre pass.
The other thing that's quite interesting as well is if you have a look at Williams and Henry, they're not crowding the transverse line. They're staying back behind the centre circle to give the attackers some room.
Well, George is having a lot more success off the line. She's taken 4 centre pass receives, so, you know, really getting in there for it tonight.
Oh, great work from Scarlett. She had Cox all tied up.
Yes, next door, please.
Because George had her work cut out against Hallinan in that first test. And I think Hallinan, you'd have to say, won that race. And George is going to turn it around tonight.
McMahon, who's been fairly quiet so far in this match. Gerard. Cox is all the way out, but they don't want to give her the ball. Vomberto. McMahon. 2 defenders back.
Anna Scarlett, good work. That standing jump.
Yep, the old volleyball elevation.
Problem is, they're not getting many rebounds because the Aussies are pretty accurate.
Haven't missed. Cox 7 from 7. McMahon 2 from 2.
George, big pass into the corner to Tutaia, who didn't put her hands out to take it. Thought that it was going to be touched by an Aussie, and again, there's that nice flick on from the Ferns.
Quick delivery, excellent, and also on circle edge, so no defender in front of her. Much better positioning, outside and inside.
Big pass over the top of Williams. McMahon, steady as you like, under the post.
Much more space in that Australian goal shooting circle on that occasion. They just moved, kept rolling till it opened up.
Oh, wow. Let off the hook, the Silver Ferns. It was the right idea.
There's a contact called on one of the Australian players, so the Silver Ferns got the ball back, and here they go on attack again. Cox. Interesting to see whether Norma Plummer makes any changes at the quarter break, or whether she says to her players, you get out there and you sort it out for another 15 minutes.
Yes.
But that flow from the first test certainly isn't there. Reluctant to turn and let the ball go. Cox, lovely shot from out wide.
Good ball movement from the Silver Ferns.
I think Maria Tutaia's movement's a lot more definite as well. She's a lot more decisive on her movement, and there's a bit more speed in behind it, a bit more, passion.
Certainly all helps.
Out of court, the call. Umberto finds Green. Both shooters
Sherelle
running
McMahon ran into Cox.
Yeah, certainly not the same space that there was in the first test in that shooting end. They combined and rolled the circle beautifully. These two players on top of each other a little bit.
George holds his space well at the top of the circle. Nice split between these two shooters. Van Dyke to the top, Tutaia along the baseline. Big pass.
Well, we haven't... In the first test, we saw very few of those passes. It's great to see that they're looking up court, the Silver Ferns.
And they finished it off with a long shot. So the Silver Ferns out to a great start against their nemesis, the Australian Diamonds. They lead by 5 goals, 16-11.